And now for something a little different. I've been retired for a little over a year, and my intent was to haul freight, and I've been doing that. It's been a lot of fun. This is the rig I got a couple months ago. Being an owner-operator now, I've been fixing the truck up and getting it all ready to go to Alaska and other places. Even put that nice bumper guard on, so when I hit the moose going to Alaska, it doesn't completely smash the front end. And look at those nice driving lights as well. So I've been having a lot of fun fixing it up. But on June 19, early in the morning, I was hauling a load to Indianapolis, and I knew I had a malfunctioning headlight. It had come dislodged on the passenger side. Unbeknownst to me, it got so hot that it literally ignited the plastic inside. And at 294 in Gulf, I saw a flame licking over the passenger side hood, and I pulled the truck over right away. Pulled the fire extinguisher out, ran over there, emptied the fire extinguisher on it, but I just couldn't quite get it out in time. And in the next seconds, this is the result.
I'm not.
Okay, well, first off, let's get down with it. Forget
What do you
about
want
the
me to
picture.
do?
Just stand over here. Come here. We're gonna get around the truck, okay? Because I don't want to be in front of it when it popping like that. So come on.
I mean, I don't know what it's gonna. When the fuel starts, when the fuel ignites.
Where's the fuel? Is it?
Well,
Okay.
but it's starting from the front. It's gonna work its way back.
Come on. What is it?
So here's that footage again. It's the only front footage I got. Obviously, it's not the beginning of the fire. It's within a minute of it starting. After I emptied the fire extinguisher on it, I ran back in. I got my wallet, and I figured I really need to get my phone. And it was just filled with black smoke already, just about ready to burst into flame. But I groped around and found my phone and yanked it out, and that's all I got. Everything else totally was consumed by this incredible inferno. Isn't it a beautiful sight? So now you'll see some footage from behind the trailer where I was for the rest of the time.
Well, bye-bye, truck. So there's poor truck 66 up in smoke. Up in flames, I should say. How's that for a nice truck? Truck 66 at your service.
Heads up behind you.
Well, wow. Wow, that's amazing. That is freaking amazing.
So here's some additional pictures I snapped as I had time. There's a lot of chaos, as you can imagine, and I was trying to answer questions and deal with things, making phone calls, and so videoing and taking pictures wasn't the main focus. But I do wish I would have got more video footage, especially when the front tires blew on that thing, oh my gosh, it was like heavy artillery going off and things shooting across the road and stuff. So it was pretty exciting for quite a while, for a little while. When we opened the trailer, that's what we saw, smoke coming out, even though there was no fire in there, but it had gotten really hot, damaged the trailer to where it was irreparable, had to be towed. So there is the aftermath, at least in part. Some pictures showing maybe a little more detail of just how much destruction actually happened, which was quite surprising to me. I just couldn't believe how fast it all happened. It happened really fast. The truck is 13 and a half feet tall, or it was. It got reduced in stature quite a bit. This is pretty interesting. The driver's side fuel tank is melted. The aluminum tank melted. Aluminum has a melting point of over 1200 degrees Fahrenheit, so yeah, it was pretty hot. I was worried that the fuel was going to ignite, but in retrospect it makes sense. I had just filled the tanks with 200 gallons of fuel. That's a lot of fuel to heat, and there wasn't enough time to get it hot enough, which is actually pretty good. That's good because the fuel was contained in the tank still. Had to be evacuated, but in any case, I just was quite impressed with that fire, and the short duration of it was able to literally melt the fuel tank top right off. This was actually the last picture I took of it. I put the fire extinguisher that I had pulled out of the truck, which is the only thing that actually survived, right? It's an empty canister now, but I feel kind of close to that little bottle there because I very distinctly remember how close and aggressively I was trying to be as efficient as possible to get that fire out with the amount of material, chemical in the tank. Just didn't quite do it. So I also thought, just in case, for insurance purposes, little evidence that the fire extinguisher was actually used to try and put the blaze out. So let me finish on a happy note. Within 2 days, I was in Las Vegas picking up this truck, which is almost identical to the truck that got infernalized, if I can make up that word. And this truck is actually better in almost every way. It's in great shape. You can't really tell. It's a little bit dirty. But the truck is actually quite a bit better than the one that just got destroyed. So I am back on the road again. Time to keep on trucking. Let the good times roll.